Hey friends, here is Mrs. Hoffman's classroom in her kitchen. We are going to be, every day we're going to be doing some writing. And we're going to do writing about things that we have learned about. So, we're going to write sentences about things we've learned, and then we're going to start to put our sentences together to make a story. So, when we want to start writing about something, we need some ideas. So, I want you to get a blank piece of paper and a pencil or a marker or some crayons, and I want you to draw a circle in the middle of your paper. So boys and girls, if you don't have your paper or your pencil and your marker, then just stop the video and go get one. So we're going to think about some ideas. Think, what have we been talking about? We've been talking about how living things change and grow. We've also been talking about caterpillars. So I thought it would be fun if we wrote some sentences today about caterpillars. So make your circle in the middle of your paper. This is a way to give our ideas. We put our ideas down on paper, and then we decide from our ideas what we can write about. So we're going to write the word caterpillar in the middle of our circle. It's a long word, so you might need to write it small. Caterpillars. We've been talking about caterpillars. So if you need to stop the video, go ahead and stop it. And then, excuse me, start it again when you're ready to write. So we have our circle and we have the word caterpillar. So when we think about something to write, these are our ideas. So we're going to draw some lines here, and we're going to think about, what do we know about caterpillars? So we're going to make a circle at the end of that line. So what do we know about caterpillars? What do they look like? Think about what they look like. Think of some words that describe them. So caterpillars, Mrs. Hoffman thinks they look fuzzy. I'm going to write the word fuzzy. And I also think most of them, the ones that we see, are black. So I'm going to write the words fuzzy and black. That kind of tells about what a caterpillar looks like. You can use some other words. You could put spiky. You can see the little spikes on our caterpillars. You could put different colors, because there are different colors of caterpillars. So we're going to think about what they look like. They are fuzzy and black. Now, let's think about, we can draw a circle that's kind of like an oval right here to write some more ideas. What do caterpillars eat? They like to eat leaves. I'm going to write the word leaves right here. And they like to eat different types of leaves or plants. So we could also write the word plants right here. If you can think of other things that you have seen the caterpillars eat, you can write those. So we're learning about caterpillars. We want to get some ideas. We know what they look like. They're fuzzy and they're black. You can write other words if you'd like. They like to eat leaves and plants. Now, what else do we know? Make this circle like that. What else do we know about caterpillars? We know that they change, don't we? So we can put the word change. What else do we know? We know that they're very hungry, and they eat, and they eat, and they eat. So we can put the word eat. We don't write sentences in these idea bubbles. We can call these idea bubbles. We just write words, because we're going to use these words to make a sentence. So, caterpillars is what we are thinking about. That's our idea. We know that they are fuzzy and black. They eat leaves and plants. We know that they change, and we know that they eat a lot. So let's think of these words and think for a minute, what we could write about caterpillars? Thinking. So, we need to start our sentence with what we're talking about. Are we talking about ladybugs? No, we're talking about caterpillars. So we're going to think about the first part of our sentence is going to say something about the caterpillars. We could say, I see a caterpillar. We could say the caterpillar is fuzzy and black. We could say the caterpillar eats leaves or plants. We could say, I see a fuzzy black caterpillar climbing. Or we could say, caterpillars change and grow. So we have lots of ideas from these words. Now, when we start out writing sentences, you know from school and in our journals, it's not fun to write a sentence that's really long because it gets us, sometimes we get a little frustrated if it's too long. So let's think of a sentence that we could use that's not very long about a caterpillar. So, Mrs. Hoffman's thinking, I see a fuzzy black caterpillar. How many words in that sentence? I see a fuzzy black caterpillar. 6 words. So I'm going to draw a wavy line. You can do a wavy line on your paper. And let's write our sentence. So our first word is I. Now, if you don't want to write Mrs. Hoffman's sentence, you can do another one. I is my first word. There are no lines on this paper. So we're going to try. You probably won't have lines on yours, but if you do, you're lucky. If you don't have lines, just try and make your sentence a straight line. Remember, we're doing finger spaces. My next word is see. I'm going to put my finger down and I'm going to write the word see. The rest of my letters are going to be lowercase letters. This is the only uppercase letter. I see, finger space, A. I'm going to use my words fuzzy and black. I see a, finger space, fuzzy. We can use the word and, or we can use a comma. I'm going to use the word and we're going to do a finger space. A fuzzy and, what's my other word? Black. I'm going to write the word black. I see a fuzzy and black, what's my word? Caterpillar. We know how to write it because we wrote it in the middle. I'm going to do my finger space. And then, what goes at the end of our sentence? A period. Oh, you can't see. Okay, there we go. I see a fuzzy and black caterpillar. So I want you to write a sentence. It can be like Mrs. Hoffman's sentence, or it can be your own sentence. So every day we're going to write some sentences together. When we've written a lot of sentences, then we're going to start to write a story. We could use our sentences that we've written. Mrs. Hoffman's going to save hers. You can save yours if you would like. And we could put our sentences together to make a story. So practice writing some sentences. Put a circle in the middle and you're thinking about something. Instead of writing a caterpillar, you could write bees if you want to write a sentence about bees, or you could write a sentence about your friend, or you could write a sentence about your dog. Whatever you would like to write about. It's really fun to write sentences, and it's fun to put sentences together to make stories. Or we can use sentences to write letters or notes to our family. So learning how to write a sentence is really important. We've been writing a lot of sentences, and now we're going to think more about how we can write sentences and learn to do them all by ourselves. So if you need to stop the video, you can stop the video and do what Mrs. Hoffman did, or you can do something totally different. So have some fun writing sentences.